we've all probably contemplated at one time or another how much we'd like to have saved for retirement. But when the time comes, how do you know you're going to go about achieving that number? Ohio's retirement coach Greg Taylor is here to help us figure that all out. Good to see you, Greg.
Good to see you. Happy President's Day.
Yeah, it's President's Day, so let's get into retirement, right?
Sure.
Never a better day. All right, let's start with this one. What type of investment will get me the highest rate of return? Is this a simple answer here?
No.
Of course not, right?
Well, you know, whenever you consider any investment, you have to think about what is the risk I'm taking versus the return I'm trying to achieve. And certainly, if you happen to pick that penny stock that happened to explode, you'd be very, very happy. And if you picked thousands of other ones that didn't, then perhaps you wouldn't be so happy. But having a good strategy and understanding what you're willing to accept as risk for that reward you're trying to achieve, and understand also how that plays out over time, whether or not you're willing to take the time to get a decent rate of return, you know, maybe 6, maybe 8, maybe more, just depends on how much risk you're willing to take.
Okay, like if you would have bought Apple stock back in the day, that would have been a perfect one,
awesome.
right? Yeah. All right, ask the coach question 2 for you today, Greg. Can I claim Social Security even if I'm still working?
The answer to that is yes. Now, you can claim it as early as age 62, and you can continue to work. Just understand this: if you earn more than $15,800 before you attain full retirement age, which for many is 66 and a half right now, that are coming close, or 66, then you'll have to pay back $1 for every 2 you earn. Now, you'll get that back later once you do reach full retirement age, but you can continue to work. And so now, for those that are earning full-time wages, it probably makes sense to delay, because you're going to get an 8% bump for each year you delay. And if you're going to have to give money back, then it probably doesn't make sense to claim it early.
And a lot of people do want to still maybe continue doing something just to give them a purpose, just to have something to keep their days busy, right?
Well, you know, it's funny. A lot of our clients come in and they say they wonder how they ever had time to work, right? They stay so busy. But it's all about purpose, really, and finding what really is meaningful to you and fill your days with it. And whether that's, you know, spending time with the grandkids, or whether it's traveling, or whether it's finding some purpose like doing some volunteer work. There's some wonderful opportunities here in Columbus to do volunteer work and really make a difference to the lives of other people.
Okay, definitely. Use your time wisely.
Yeah.
All right, what is the ideal age to meet with a retirement planner?
Well, I wouldn't say there is an ideal age, but Robin, what I would say is if you haven't gotten really a sense of what it's going to take you to retire, you may want to meet with a planner. And also thinking about, okay, do I want to start now planning so that later on when I start withdrawing money, I can possibly be in a 0% tax bracket? So a lot of people just kind of follow the status quo, you know, conventional financial wisdom, which is I'm going to defer my taxes till later. And so what we find is when people are at least 10 years out from retirement, maybe, you know, in their early 50s, mid 50s, now we still have time to start thinking about turning that ship a little bit and transitioning, because there's an ideal amount to have in your taxable bucket. There's an ideal amount to have in your tax deferred bucket, like 401ks and IRAs. There's also an ideal amount to have in tax free. And that's what we want to help people understand so they can truly have a plan.
Right, and you still need to have time to do a strategy. So if you start too late, sometimes there's not time to make big changes.
That's true. So it's very important to at least start saving as young as you can.
Okay.
And then from there, start now tweaking that into a real strategy that's going to make sense for you when you do retire.
Okay, Greg, should I see my CPA to start mapping out a strategy for taxes in retirement?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. Now, what I do find, and CPAs are very, very valuable for us, but I find that with CPAs, now there are a few exceptions, but they don't typically create awesome strategies. But what we do in our practice is we help generate or create strategies. Now they have to be vetted by CPAs. We have to make sure that everything, you know, we're dotting every I, we're crossing every T, but the CPAs aren't typically coming up with the strategy. They're just kind of okaying it. They're putting their stamp of approval. Yes, this is good, this is legal, we can do this.
Okay, so that's important to know.
Yes.
Yeah, go to somebody who maybe has a little more experience in the retirement realm and know that a CPA is going to be doing all the back checking.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, Greg, you help us learn something new every Monday. If someone has questions, how do they contact you?
Well, just go to Ohio's Retirement ohioretirementcoach.com, or no, questions with ohioretirementcoach.com.
Yeah, send you
And
any
we can-
question they
yeah,
have.
Had to think for a moment what it was. That's
You had
horrible.
a question.
put me
Maybe
on
you
the
should
spot,
send one
yeah.
to yourself,
And,
right?
we are so excited when people call in with their questions, or they go to our website and type in their question.
Yeah.
And we want to answer it here and be a help if we can.
And definitely. All right, again, it is questions at ohioretirementcoach.com. All right, is 60 the new 30? More and more retirees are grabbing life by the reins with plenty of inspiration. So Kristen Taylor is joining us after the break with advice on fitting this lifestyle into your retirement plans.